This video describes how you can take a listening activity from the internet, like this famous Randall's ESL Listening Lab site, and turning it into a Blackboard quiz. So I think we should start with some easy ones here. And as you know, there are many Randall Listening Lab videos. Let's take new friends to start out with. And Randall has a lot of nice little grammar and vocabulary gap fill activities. The first thing we need is the text from the listening exercise, listening comprehension. So I'm going to select the whole text for the questions and press copy. I've copied the text of those questions into a Word document, and I copied them as plain text with no formatting at all. So I have questions and I have optional answers here. And at this stage, first I need to indicate which are the questions. And I'm going to just put in the number 22 in front of all my questions because the generator that I'm going to use will recognize that these are questions, even though they all have the same number. So I'm going to go down and put the number in front of the question here. Now, little problem over here. Because of this number, the generator is going to think that this is a question. So I'm going to put the period in front of these numbers, and that will let it know that that is not a question. Now I've got to mark the correct answers, and I went back on the website and I just randomly clicked on answers. I don't have time to listen to the text, the audio. So it's telling me here that B, or the second answer, is correct here, the first answer is correct here, the third answer is correct here. I go back to my Word file and all I need is an asterisk next to the correct answer. That's enough for this generator. So second one, the first answer is correct. I'm just copying the asterisk, and the third answer is correct. So I have to go through and mark all the correct answers. The text is all ready to put into a generator now, and the generator that I'm using automatically assumes that these are multiple choice questions. So I'm going to select the whole text and I'm going to copy it. I'm using the Northern Wisconsin Technical College Blackboard generator. I'll share that link with you in the video description. I have to paste the text in, and very important, it has to be plain text here. So everything looks good now. It's time to generate. And over here you'll notice that it's already put in the MC code, and it's already put in the words incorrect and correct. These are the words that Blackboard needs to turn this into a quiz. Every once in a while, right at the beginning, it will put in MAT instead of MC, so you might want to check it here at this stage and fix it. It's time to download this text, and it will be downloaded as a text file onto your computer. Now we're going to build the test, so we're going to go to Course Tools and open up Test Surveys and Pools. Click on Tests and time to build the test. I'll just give it a meaningless name right now. I would not link back here to the Randall's, the ESL Lab site, because students might go there and figure out the correct answers. I'm going to submit the test name, and now I have to upload questions. I prefer having 1 point per question. I'm going to browse, look in my download folder. There is the text file. I'm going to click on Open and Submit, and here they are. All 5 questions have been correctly loaded into Blackboard, and I can see the text of the question. I can see which is the correct answer. I can even see these have come out correctly. So at this stage now, this is called the test canvas stage. I could change the point value at this stage, but since I've already put in 1 point per question, I'm just going to leave it like that and click on OK. Now the test is in my test folder. It's not deployed yet. And my computer, let's see, where is it? It is right there. Yeah, that's a silly name. So at this point, I might want to edit it and change the name. Now that I know that it's worked and I know what the test is all about. So I'll just call it listening practice 1 or whatever. It doesn't really matter at this stage. The ESL Lab website has links to a lot of interesting little activities, some of which we can reproduce in Blackboard. Others are more difficult. And the one that we need right now is this gap fill one here, because on the gap fill exercise, we can download the entire audio file for this little talk. So this is the way that we can recreate basically the whole thing in Blackboard. Now I've got the test ready and I've got an audio file downloaded, ready to go. But the problem is that I need to somehow associate them so students recognize that they go together. So I think the best way is to put them in the same content folder. And I'm going to call it listening 1. And in this content folder, they will open up and they'll see 2 files. One file will be the listening file and the other file will be the test. I'm in the new folder and I'm going to create a new item now. And the item is, call it audio or something so they recognize what this is. Now I can go down and browse on my computer and look for that audio file and attach it to the into this Blackboard item, and there it is. Students can recognize it's an MP3. And now it's time to add the test into this folder, and the test was called Practice 1. So I'm going to submit it here. I have to go through all the test options at this point again and decide, am I going to make it available right away? How am I going to handle that? Or is it like a real test they need to do over the weekend or something like that? So this is a practice test, so I just decided to make it available right away. That's why you see the dark colors here. So students will see listening 1, they'll see the audio, they'll see practice 1, and they'll recognize that now I have to listen to this audio file.
Dad, can I go outside to play?
It opened up nicely inside of my browser program. And so I listen, and then I go back here and I start the test. Of course, the students can jump back and forth between the audio view and the question view when they start the test to check their questions, and they'll listen as much as they want in order to get the answers correct.